Hi everyone, it's Joe here from 2Up Games. I want to share with you what we've been up to over the last year, specifically with AI, in two areas. One, real-time generative AI. Two, using AI to generate content offline and then bringing it into the game. Now, onto real-time generative AI. We had a game called Watch the Draw, which took players' inputs and turned it into AI artwork. Now we're working on an evolution of this called Drawcraft, which takes players' inputs and turns it into Pinterest-worthy virtual crafts. I want to share a little bit about our prototyping workflow and what we use to create these virtual crafts. Now, we use stable diffusion mated with IP adapter. IP adapter is pretty freaking awesome. It allows you to take a sketch and then add a material or a feel and bush it together and get the sort of results that you wanted. This is kind of what everyone wanted, or most artists wanted when AI art started coming out, and it's here now, and it's great, and it's really easy to play with. The reason why it's really easy to play with is you can use this interface called Comfy UI, and that's what we use. It's like a node graph where you can push and pull things around, and then you can save your workflow and share it with your workmates with a simple text file. So one of you might set it up, and then everyone can use it, and you can share the outputs. It's great. Once more, when you have something that works quite nicely, you can export it, send that to a server, and it's production ready. In fact, that was our workflow. We prototyped a bunch of different virtual crafts using Comfy UI, and then we just export the results and pull them into the game. Now, we've only just started working in Unity, but we already know that the key part of the game, the key toy, works, and we were able to prototype that. So I fully recommend IP Adapter, and I fully recommend using Comfy UI as an interface into that. Now I'm going to talk about the second part, which is generating something offline that you can create and bring into your game and make it compatible with your game. Now, in GoBuild, we had a lot of success with this. What we wanted to do was allow players more choice in how they build their town. Rather than building 3 things, it's like, what happens if you could choose between 700 different types of shops and icons and logos? And we got there pretty quickly by making tools that worked in our environment, the tools that worked in Unity, and combined with our content systems to bring back a large number of permutations of what we wanted. And we added some culling stuff and got some pretty nice results that we could ship quickly. Emboldened by doing this, we wanted to know if we could do a bigger challenge. The bigger challenge is, could we create entire worlds that players can live within? They can run a life simulator in a vampire world or a magic world, and we create all of that content in ways that interface with the systems that make those worlds tick. And we got somewhere in this domain. We were able to create a little unit of story called a storylet that could interface into a lot of the stats that we had in the game. The tooling that we use for this is pretty awesome and pretty complex, and it's almost like a conversation with an LLM where we're checking the result at every point. Now, we believe it's possible to create entire worlds of interleaving content, but that's really, really complex, and it would lead to about a year's worth of R&D. So I guess the second tip is make sure you know what you want to create with AI, and make sure that the scope and the scale works for you. Now what we're looking to do is bring some of that pre-generated knowledge of creating game-compatible content and bring it back to Drawcraft so that the meta is personal and really, really large. So if you're someone who wants to create Siamese cat quilts, not just cat quilts, but Siamese cat quilts, we have your back. If you're someone who wants to create creepy skull iron-on bead crafts, we've got your back too. If you want to do soap carvings that are koalas, it's like, yep, why not? And if you want that to be a frozen bear carving of a koala, then we've got your back too. So by creating this really large content space that you can play within with pre-generated AI, creating a meta around that, and then tying that back into real-time generated AI, we think we're going to have the best of both worlds. So that's what our challenge is at the moment, and I hope what we've looked at so far is useful for you in your studio. Reach out to me with any questions, comments, suggestions. Catch you later. Bye.